Greetings, this is Edward Jumbo. In this tutorial, I'll do a review of Vim, as in GVim version 9.1.1623 as an advanced editor. There. And also be sure to subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments for more frequent content. I would like to thank everybody who subscribed so far this month. Keep it up. It inspires me to keep on making tutorials just for you. If you have any requests, let me know as well. Okay, so let's go on with GVim. So what is GVim? GVim is essentially just the Vim text editor, but the G stands for the graphical version. I prefer this similar to the Emacs in that there's some times where I want to do a drag and drop. You can do everything in the command line. The problem is that the instances where, for example, it's not so bad these days. People are more open, but in the past, if you worked for a particular company, they would want you to use one particular editor or IDE. So you have to learn, all the quirks, all the shortcuts, and then when you move to another one, you have to learn. For example, I don't want to learn all the quirks, all the different shortcuts just because they want to do it that way, unless it's your favorite. So that's fine. So with GVim, obviously we can do everything that Vim can do. However, I'm looking at this from I'm going to use this as a GUI review for text editor, meaning like a daily driver for my use cases, which I'll explain when we actually do the review part. So if you can also use this tutorial to learn more about Vim. I'll show you all the things you can do as well. I've done some I've shown you guys in the command line a few Vim commands, but in this one you're going to learn more. So this is very, very important. I'm going to try my best to not use any plugins and just to use what's built in by default by GVim. That's why I prefer the GUI. So if you don't know what G stands for, it stands for GUI. That's Graphical User Interface. Okay, so obviously it has a lot of advanced features, obviously for Vim itself, and obviously the GUI interface. It makes it easier. You can customize it any way you want, key mappings, color schemes, and more. You can add plugins. GVim also has its own plugins, and I'll show you how to install those as well. And obviously the license is it's open source, similar to the Vim license, which is MIT license. I did a tutorial I explained the different type of licenses. So the Vim license is not, if you notice, it's similar to the MIT license, but it allows you to freely use GVim for personal use, commercial purposes, with the caveat that if you modify the source code, you must share the modifications under the same license. And as well, so you can go to the official Vim page to look at the license. So let's actually go there. Vim, I guess they changed it, they no longer use that. Should update that. So here's the Vim. Something to do with Uganda. Okay, all right. So you can see they have the blog, the starter. You can read all about it here with the sponsoring, who's sponsoring them, and okay, oh yes, the sponsoring is there. It's sponsoring some project in Uganda. Okay, good for them. And man, this side looks like it was made in the 90s with a little touch up for that. So they the hacking Vim. There we go, and the scripts, very, very popular for that. Okay, now with that said, I'm going to so if you want to download Vim, I said I'm on Linux, so I just type DNF install install Vim, and it's good to go. Oh yeah, most downloaded, most recent. So let's go to most downloaded. Here we go, most down. Oh, these are, I guess, the plugins or the extensions, scripts. So there we go. What if I want to get Vim? Where do I get Vim? If I go to the website. Is there another one where I can get it? It doesn't explain it here. I'm guessing. Let's go to download. Okay, here we go, download. So under download, I missed that. My apologies. So under download, you see it's version 9.1, 9.1 series. Oh yeah, it goes 0, 8, 2, 1, Is the latest stable one. I guess that's for Windows. And then you see it has all Unix systems, Amiga, OS2, Macintosh. Wow, that's pretty old. Okay, yeah, and there you go. So it explains how to get it, and the versions, and so here. So I'm not seeing the license here. Where is the? Goes to back to documentation. Yeah. Go back to documentation here. Where is? How can I read about? Oh, the Vincasts. I don't do Vincasts unless you guys want me to do it. I'm wondering where. How do I find out what license it has? I guess I have to. Okay, let's do here. Vim license. I don't want to spend too much time on this because I want to spend time on the editor. Insert code. Welcome Vim Online. License loader. Okay, I might have to go to Wikipedia here. Okay, let's see here. Software license. I'll just type MIT. Oops, I spelled that wrong. Okay, I will have to find that out later. If anybody knows, just explain what type of license. Oh, that's the wrong one here. I should just say, what license does Vim use? I didn't realize I was using there. Unveiling the Vim license. So it is the Vim license. There we go. It's called the Vim license. Okay, there we go. So that information was correct. All right. So as I said before, to install it, you can use. I'm on Fedora Linux, so I just type dnf install GVim. You notice the GVim there. There's also a Flatpak one. You can install a Flatpak if you're on any Linux. If you have Flatpak installed, and if you're using the Snap packages, you can use Snap install GVim. Debian should have it as well. I believe it's apt install Debian or Debian type systems. And then you can start it on the command line because it's a G, or in the terminal, just search for GVim, or you can just on the command line just type GVim, and it's very fast. You see, even the name right there says it's Vim. Okay, so now let's quickly look a quick overview now for the apping there. Okay, so you can see this is the reason I like the GUI, because you see you get the familiar file, edit to, syntax. You have the menu bar there, and you have some quick icons here to do things. So for example, in the file menu you have the usual open, split open, and you can open a tab, and then you can split diff, split patch, and you can print. So those are type. I'm saying you can do the same things on the command line, but having a GUI. For example, like me, I grew up, using a mouse, right, a computer mouse. So this is much more easier for me. I do drop the command line once in a while. And you can see here, it has the in the edit you have the undo, redo, repeat, paste, and also it tells you the shortcut. So this is also a good way to learn Vim. It tells you how you can paste, put before, put after, and select all, find and replace, and all the color global settings, and you have the file settings. I see you can toggle line numbering, so you can see so it shows you the shortcut here how you can toggle the line numbering. So what I'm trying to say is that when you're learning, this could be overwhelming, so that's why I like the GVim, because it just makes it easy for you. So for example, you can change the tab stops, the text width, the file format, all here, line wrapping, and the color theme. For example, right now it's using the default one, so I don't like that one. I can simply change it to okay, I'll be stereotypical, and I'll go with the dark blue, and you can see it's going to be dark blue here. I'll go back to the, I think I'll leave that, unless it's hard to read. I'll change it over. Let me see, there's another color theme here. What's the desert? Okay, I like desert, is not too bad. Okay, I'll leave that desert. So there we go, and back to the edit, and you see you can also change the key maps. Again, this is, I guess, for the keyboard, whatever language you're in. And for example, you see there's Russian, Tamil, Turkish. I'm surprised there's only, I guess English is English. Oh, and there's also accents. Accents? Is that a language? Accents? Okay. Then you can change the font. Under tools, you have the usual jump to tag, jump back, folding, spelling. You see spelling it in English, English, Australia, Canada, Great Britain, New Zealand, and US, and you could obviously find more languages. It's been around for a while, so I'm sure you could get the languages you want, and there's a lot of stuff you can convert to hex, convert back, set compiler. I mean, you can go on and on and on. I said you can do all the same stuff with Vim on the command line, but having a GUI just makes it much easier. So that was the tools menu, the syntax menu. So you can convert to HTML, highlight test, color test, show file types in menu, and then buffers. We'll come back to this later. Basically, buffers are when you open up a document, that's a buffer. So you can do different things, like for example, to help you if it crashes, or if you wanted to remember the last file open, that's what buffers are. And then the windows, you can split them. You can split them vertically, horizontally, any way you want, and you can change the sizes as well. You can see it shows you the shortcuts as well. Now, you can also move them top, bottom, left side, right side. So obviously, if you're a keyboard commander, you'll be able to do those much faster. But for some of us, for example, I came from Emacs, so I have to remember the stuff from Emacs, and I'm like, okay, how do you do this in Vim? So that's what I'm saying, like using a GUI just makes it much faster to go through. And here's the help. So if we go to the about or version, so version, you see it says it's Vim or VI, which stands for VI improved 9.1, and it looks like it came out in 2024, which is last year. It has been patched, and then this has been compiled by obviously Red Hat, because I'm using Fedora, and that's the one here. And then you can see, I'm guessing those are all the stuff that came in. And look at this one, Wayland. So I'm using Wayland. I'm wondering if this is going to be better than Emacs. We'll test it out again. I can't remember. And then obviously after that we have the help. We go to about, and I'm surprised the about is empty. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, maybe I have to click it. Okay, there we go. I have to go about. So so here, this is another way to show you 9.1.16 and help the poor children in Uganda. Okay, and then this is the thing I always teach people. You see this one, colon Q, that's to quit, exit, and there's another one, colon W, to write. So here it gives you a quick way to get out of it. So for example, I'll just press enter, and it's out of it. Okay, and then we also have a toolbar here. Obviously the usual: file open, save current file, save all files, print, undo, redo, and cut, copy, paste. Okay, based on keyboard, find, replace, find next, find previous, and what's this one here? Oh, build. Oh, this is the build. Oh yeah, I remember this from Guinea. Build, and then this is the search Vim help. Okay, that's pretty interesting. So that's the quick overview. And now there are screenshots if you want to see how the review went, but I want to show you how everything went. And obviously we're doing this live stream, so you can tell. If I wave my hand, it should pop up in a second. Okay, so this is my test criteria for the review. So this is my system, which is pretty funny because hopefully by the end of this week I would have upgraded to a different system, but that's my test system. Obviously Vim runs this system, even though it's 14 years old, it's more than plenty for GVim and Vim as well. So what we're gonna this is the test suite, a very large file, 1 gig, human readable, that simulates a massive database, which you can't put in a database basis. You need to edit it. Or for example, I still use this method if a website gets hacked and I have to recover it. So what I do is I grab the database and I'll look for things which are, hackers like to do, like obviously send mail is usually the one they like to do. So you look for things like that. And obviously a regex file, a syntax file. So what I mean by syntax file is that it's multiple syntax. For PHP files, for example, from the web, they will have HTML, they will have CSS, they will have JavaScript, and obviously PHP. So I want to see if it will detect all the syntaxes for the multiple language in the file. And the media file here, this one is mostly for, I want to be able to drag and drop a media file. For example, if I have a project I'm working on, and I could open up, say, GIMP or Inkscape or Blender. I then maybe I'm making a fancy icon, or even just something as simple as a file icon. I want to be able to drag it into the project folder. So that's basically, so I don't want to have a file manager, drag it. I can do that, but it's just easier if everything is in one place. And then the Java version, that's I'm using OpenJDK 21.07, PHP versions 8.4.11. Yeah, I think it recently updated, I believe, and then Python version is 3.13.5, and GVim is obviously, as you guys saw, 9.1.1623. And for the test, so each feature has two parts. If everything is 0, meaning it's missing the feature. If it's part of the feature works, you get a 0.5. And I've been using these editors for at least 3 years. Now, as you can tell, it's probably around 11 years or more on different platforms, so that way it eliminates the bias. So what I'm trying to say is that I didn't notice anything different running this application on different different operating systems. Now, to be fair, the last time I owned a Mac or used a Mac was probably, it's actually getting up there in age now. I think I haven't used one in 5 years. So I hope, and especially since Macs are now using Apple Silicon, so I don't know how GVim works. And then Windows, I haven't used that in a very, very long time as well. That might now even be approaching probably as old as my workstation. So I should probably change this and say, well, I made it clear I'm using Fedora Linux for this review. Okay, so number one, the theme can be native to the editor. Of course, as you can see, this is clearly GNOME, and that's perfectly fine. It's using the GNOME the GNOME theme, and as you can say, for the actual text, you can, for example, I don't know what color this will be. Let me type in here. We have to press insert. Okay, so it'll be, oh, I do like that. I'm actually going to keep this. Control Z to undo. No, see, Control Z doesn't work. So I'll press escape. Oh, and it's gone. Control Z. See, Control Z actually closes it. I didn't even know that. Okay. Oh no, it's still here. I guess it minimizes. Okay, there we go. Control Z. So to undo, you see, it's just press U. There you go. Right. So that's what I'm saying, that I forgot about. I haven't used Vim in a while. I mean, for editing. So there you go. So that's why I said I prefer to use the GUI version. You get to learn it all, update your skills. Okay, now so we got our Perfect 1.0. I already showed you how to go to the color theme. If any of you guys are joining us late, you go to edit, you see color theme, and then you can pick whatever theme you want. So we got a 1.0. Okay, so dragging and dropping. So if you guys noticed, I do have a folder here called editor review, just to be fair. So I have this 1 gig file. You see here, it will tell you it's exactly on the, there you see it's 1.0 gig, exactly 1 gig. So I drag and drop it inside. What didn't want to happen? Oh, there you go. Oh, that is weird. Okay, that took much longer than I expected. I think because OBS is still taking too many resources, but that took way too long. That's actually one of the slowest, which is weird. Anyway, so the point is that you see this file just has no sensical data or code. So for example, you see here, I can then, oh, I forget. See, I keep on forgetting. Insert, then you can type. See, there we go. I can go somewhere else and type. See, I can use the mouse. I can see I can scroll and use the mouse. Yeah. So I keep on forgetting it's actually Vim underneath. So does it show actually how to actually start typing? Or does it assume you actually... I think I can also double click. If I remember, I think I can also double click. And I can start typing. Yeah, I was right. You can also... No, no, you can't. Okay, I can select and stuff. Okay, so there you go. I guess I'm wrong. You have to hit insert. It's literally just like Vim. I think they should actually improve that by telling you how to have to insert, because people, if I install this and I start typing, I'll be totally confused. Hey, why is typing? Okay, that has nothing to do with the editor. It's Vim, Vim. That's the way Vim works. So I did number 2 and number 3. So basically, you're able to open you're able to drag and drop. So what I'm going to do, because this takes up 1 gig, I'm going to close it. So there's a couple ways to close it. You can go to the buffers here, and you can actually delete. Or obviously, you can also do a close. So I'm going to do a close, and you see save changes. Remember, I made changes, so I'm going to say no, and there you go. So that's closed. And if we go to the buffers now, you see it's still there in the buffer, and no name, meaning it's a new file. So I should actually delete this buffer. So if I click this buffer, I actually want to delete that one, so I'll hit delete. Hopefully it doesn't delete my file. Let's actually go check. Hit delete. Did it delete my file? No, my file is still there. There we go. Alright, so multiple documents can be opened in multiple tabs or buffers using the optional tab new and tab next. Tear off tabs do not work. GVim has a feature we can open a new window, new instance, so that's why it got a 0.5. So if you don't understand what that means, let's try it together. So you see here I have this books.xml, so I'm going to drag and drop it in here, and then I'm going to drag and drop this regex file. So you see, if we go back to buffers, you see I have to go and pick them here. So what I meant by tabs is you have a tab here, tab left and right. So we can do that by using tab new. So what you do is colon, you just type colon, you see at the bottom here, and then you just type tab new, and you see it open up a new tab. So now I'm going to grab that PHP file, the syntax.php, and I drag it here. So now we have the tabs. You see that? We have the tabs. Now, so one thing I do admire about this, it keeps as much as the Vim stuff as possible. So you'll be able to obviously do the same things on the command line, but since it's a GUI, I would have expected it to be act more like Emacs, where I can drag and drop, but that's neither here. It does work. And obviously you can also do the rest. That's why it got a 0.5, because I can't position where I want for example, if I want to drag, remember right now I am in the first the first tab with the regex file and another one, which was the other one. Oh, the XML file. So let's say in this tab I want to drag this Java file. I want to drag this into the first one, not in the second one, but in the first one. So guess what will happen? Oops, let me grab it first. So I grab it, paste it in here. That wasn't supposed to happen. Okay, let's see if it remembers what I did. Oh, it actually crashed. Wow. So there you go, it did crash. I am actually shocked that I actually managed to crash. I managed to actually crash GVim. So that's why I said that's the reason I'm also replacing my system. I don't know if it's a memory, or I don't know if it's OBS. There's something weird going on that's really messing things up. So that's the reason I'm replacing my system. I don't think the problem is with GVim, because I've done this before. I did a tutorial of this about 11 years ago or so. Actually, I think 12 years ago I did a tutorial on GVim, and that didn't happen. So clearly there's something wrong with the problem is with the system. Probably OBS as well, I'm not sure, but okay. So let's move on. By the way, if you wanted to remember the files open, you have to enable that as well. It does work some with Emacs. I do like the fact that it doesn't remember by default, because it gives me, for example, if I load too much stuff, I like the fact that it clears everything, then I can decide which ones I want. Okay, so where are we now? Okay, number 5. Multiple editors can be opened as new tabs with drag options. Each tab view can be separate, view split or horizontal. So let's try that. So I am going to let's do the split. So here I just type colon and obviously v split, and you see v split always means vertical split. So then you can also do a You can also do horizontal as well. What is it? What's the horizontal split? Colon HS split? No. No, let's do a search. Let's see. Horizontal split. Nothing happened. Okay, let's. You can split horizontally as well. I guess this is wrong. I should have changed that. I'll change that in the once this tutorial is done. Okay, so you obviously creating non-project files is possible, and then you can easily drag and drop. As you saw, I've dragged and dropped multiple files, so that's clearly an easy pass. Soft word wrap. That one is easily better demonstrated using a text file. So I'm going to open up this regex file. So you see it's already, actually soft wrap is already enabled. You can tell here because it says in the quiet of the room, comma, every creak seemed A, and you can see here amplified. So this is what's called a hard wrap. One more time. So this is called a hard wrap. You see the difference between a soft wrap and hard wrap. This is a perfect example that I'll explain. So a hard wrap, it will break, it will break up a word. You see, for example, this should be O1. A soft wrap will keep the word together. So for example, if I had enabled soft wrap, the word amplified would have been on the next line, and you just end at seam and there's space. So that's the difference between a hard wrap and a soft wrap. Now you guys know. So I said hard wraps are usually not used today because you usually don't want to break up a word. So that's why. Now if it's just code, maybe it's fine to do hard wraps, but normally code usually has some comments and stuff. You don't want to break them up. So I prefer a soft wrap instead of a hard wrap. And clearly, if you remember, we can go back to the edit, and you can see here we can enable. You see here it's a toggle wrapping at word. So if I enable this, you see line wrapping, and let's enable this, and you can see this is the soft wrap. You see the word amplified is now on the second line instead of hard wrap. So that's up to you. I personally prefer soft wrap. Once I discovered soft wrap, I haven't looked back. I haven't used or enabled hard wrap since. Now, there's two cases where hard wrap will be enforced. For example, if you remember when I opened up that 1 gig file, it's basically just one very long line of text. So that one has to be broken up so it's visually. So that will be hard wrap. What I'm saying is that is only if the line is too long and then you have to be broke. But I'm saying normally when you use words, at least in English, it's easier to use soft wrap, and that's what I prefer. That's my preference. Okay, so spell check does work as well, so I'm gonna check it out here. You see this, this is the American spelling, this is the British spelling, and believe it or not, these days in Canada, I think you can get away with both. So it's really confusing here in Soviet Kyrgyzstan. Okay, so let's enable the spell check. So if you remember, it was under. I did see it. Am I crazy? Hopefully I did see spell check. Where was it? Startup settings. Oh yeah, the startup settings and global settings. File settings. Am I crazy? I did see spell check. Unless my eyes are my eyes. Oh wait, I did see spell check. I am not crazy. I did see spell check. Okay, where is it here? Okay, we can enable it. For some reason it's not here. So what you do is you can just say set spell or set no spell. So here we go. So let's go and do that. So colon, oops, escape, and then colon. What is it? Set What's going on here? Okay, one more time. Colon. There we go. Set spell. There we go. You can see the word color. It detected I'm in Canada, and the word color. You see the American spelling. It has the squiggly lines, wavy lines. You see the color, so that's spelled wrong. Now, because of the theme I'm using, this is usually wondering why that's not red, but it found in GVim, obviously. It doesn't like that spelling. So there you go. Now let's see if it works as I type. Oh man, what is going on here? Come on, insert. Okay, I have to hit insert. I keep on forgetting insert. So what's another color that? What's another spelling? Is it practice? No, that's actually correct. I can't think of another. If you guys are watching this live, let me know what's another spelling that's different between US Canada or US UK. Oh man, I can't think of a spelling. Oh, you know what? I'll just make a terrible spelling. I'll just say terrible spelling. Spelling. Okay, there we go. I could. Okay, there we go. See, I spelled this wrong. Actually, is spelled a word? Yeah, we can use spelled. Okay, so this one was wrong, and as you can see, if I right click on it, and then you see you can have the visual. This is really hard. This is why I like using a wider screen as well. It's really hard on a smaller screen. I might actually get rid of this split. Okay, so there we go. That's how you enable spell. And obviously, if you don't want the spelling, you can just set it to no spell. Word count. Now, so let's say you see how this is 3 words: color versus color. This is 3 words. So there's a couple ways to enable selection word count. So if you see here, it uses WC. So WC is a command line tool that works on Unix type systems. Now you can use it, or you can also use a built-in Vim, which is called word count. You see word count.word. So this is the one I'm going to use because it's built into Vim. But let's try both. So this should give us 3 words right here, right? So I selected it. And then what I do is I have to hit escape. Okay, I have hit escape, so I'm going to select this word here, and then I'm going to escape, and then that word, then WC -W. You see it says it's 168. So I think 168 is, it counted everything here, so that is not what I want. So I think I'll just use the built-in one. I think it counted the characters and everything, so which is not what I wanted. So what I want to do is colon and just like echo word count dot words. It's also say 168. I'm wondering why it's doing that. Is 168 words here? I guess so. So you can do that as well. Oh yeah, I didn't read properly. So that's a word count. I guess there's 168 words here. I'll take its word for it. Actually, you know what? Let me actually select all of this. I'm going to put it in Guinea. Let's see. I'll off screen here. Okay, I'll just open that in Guinea. Regex. So this has edit. Why in Guinea? No. Don't tell me I have to use NetBeans for this. View word selected. What? Okay, I'm guessing it's, it's 168 words. Okay, so that's it. All right. So Kati Kambala says word selected. Okay. do I just type word selected and that'll work? Okay, here, let me ask him. Do I type colon word selected? I didn't mean to yell. The keyboard is just jumpy today. Okay, so let's go back. Obviously, you guys saw the line number, so you can we go back to our toggle. Sorry, under edit, file settings, and then we can toggle line numbering. So let's do line numbering, and we can see we can do the line numbering here. It tells me there's 20 lines because I pressed another enter here. Okay, then what else is here? We have, oh, you know what, I just realized the 168 is because I haven't saved this, so I guess it's posting the actual saved document instead, so just be aware of that. Then you can also jump to line. I prefer, for example, now that you can see line numbers, let's say I put the cursor down here, you see it's on line 19. Okay, alright, so I'm on line 19. Let's actually zoom in. Actually, I don't want to do that yet. So you see the cursor is on line 19. Let's say I want to jump to, say, 10. So here, so Control G, and then I type 10. No, that didn't work. Okay, I guess I have to do line number. Colon. Oh, I forgot. You see, it's driving me crazy because I have to always type escape. I keep on forgetting to escape. So so line number, and then, oops, what's going on there? One more time. Line number 10. Okay, that's not working as well. I don't know why. Yes, I made a mistake. But line number, oh, we can go back to tools here. Is there should be a jump to line or something like here. So you can find that. Key map, no. Settings, global settings. Visual edit, never. So we'll talk about this later. It's coming up soon. It does work. I think I might have made a mistake here. I will fix this up as well for the article. Then for indentation, for example, this is a perfect one. This Java here. So for example, if we're here, let me hit insert. Okay, so in insert, if I press enter, you see automatically it detected that it didn't go to the right at the end of, or the beginning of the file. It went to the where I ended up. Sorry, where I ended the last child piece of code. It went there. So for example, here you see no this one here. This says this message equals message. So I go here. You see it got it proper, and this is the default. I didn't touch anything, so I like that as well. This helps you get started much faster. Okay, then fonts cannot be dynamically scaled with the mouse, but can be manually set. So the problem with this one is normally in other code editors you hold down the control key for mouse and then you can scroll. See, when I scroll with the mouse, it actually scrolls up and down like that as well, so that doesn't work. So the trick is, I mean, you can install a plugin or extension, but I said I want to use just the default first. I'm trying best I can not to use any add-ons, because usually add-ons you have to make sure they're being updated, which is not a problem, but if you want to learn, it's better to know things. So what you can do instead is you can do you can just type escape, which I did this time, then put set space GUI font equals, and you can do that, and then you bring up this one where you can obviously you can tell that's the norm font thing. So then I can change my font whatever I want, and I can also change the size here using a GUI, because remember we're using a GUI, so that's how you can do it. Okay, and what else is here? Find and replace obviously does work. You can go here to edit. Is this a regex file? Yeah, GVim. Oh, it's already set to GVim. So let's say I want to change GVim to something else. We can easily do that. So let's change GVim to, let's go here. So see find and replace. So I'm going to change GVim. Let's say GVim to Vim. And of course you can do regular expressions and etc. So this is just the simplest one. So replace all, and you see it replaces all of them. Now I want to undo, so I'll just click this button here to undo all of them, and you can see it's highlighted which ones were changed. You can also do regular expressions, and that's Vim obviously. So I'm gonna do that, but you can clearly, if you want to learn, you can actually go here to one of the find and replace to learn how to do that. Alright, so that also got 1.0, multiple languages, of course. Did I open up the PHP file? Oh no, I did not. Okay, so I'll open up the PHP file again just to show you the syntax here. Here's a PHP file. You can see what it did was you see this is HTML, this is CSS, this is JavaScript, and where's PHP, and this is PHP here. So this is PHP. So that does work, and that's built in. I didn't touch anything or install anything, so that worked really well. What else do we here? Code forwarding works. So the problem with okay, here's the thing. It doesn't really work like, use the mouse, you click this line to close it. So what you have to do is you have to use you have to set the method. For example, if I want to do HTML, this one here, HTML, I have to do the set forwarding method. I have to choose the syntax, then you have to go ZO/ZE, ZR, all this. So that's and then you can also do it for Java's, for example, for Java. You can do that as well. For example, if I want to close this, but this is really just like a regular expression method to do it, but it does work. However, I unfortunately had to give it a 1.0, but I felt that it would be much more easier if I could just, it's a GUI. I'd rather just use the mouse to close what I want and what I don't want, but it does work. So I put the method for you to do that. Okay, and then rectangular block selection, you guys saw that. You can, for example, I'll use something simple. I'll use this regex file. Okay, so what you do is there's multiple ways of doing this. So you can use the keyboard only. You see Control V and then the H, J, K, L. That's for left, right, up, or down. But if you guys remember, there also, if we go to the where were we? I think in the edit there was an, I believe it was where was it here? I did see it as well. Where was it? You guys remember? If we pasted in there, I can't remember. I did see it. There was what is it? Oh, that's weird. I remember seeing it. Yeah, here we go. Under Edit, Global Settings, Visual Edit, you see you can check on block selection. So I'm going to enable that block selection, and you can see there. Oops, it's not block selection. Oh, it's not block selection. Oh, okay, I'll just do it in the command line. Control V. Here we go. So escape, and then Control V. See the visual block, and then I want to do J. Oh, can I use a cursor? There we go. I'm just using a cursor. There we go. So it's, you see, even though I have soft wrap on, it's smart enough not to grab the part that is that goes to the next or mimics going to the second line. So I do like that That is very good. So that is your rectangular block selection. So all I did was I pressed Control V and I just used the keyboard. See, I'm just using the keyboard. The cursor's on the keyboard, left, right, up, down. But you can also use J, H. I'm using J. It says it's H. There's J, and there's what is this? K, and then there's L. But I said my keyboard has the cursor arrows up, down, left, right, so that's what I'm using. But I say you can also use those shortcuts. Oh yeah, I put it here. I forgot about the left, right, bottom, left. Okay, so just press escape and you're good. And what else is here? Multiple selection is not available, but can be mimicked by using the slash to search for a word and end for the next match. So for example, here you see GVim. What you can do is do the slash, so GVim, a capital V, GVim. You see it's on line 14 where I am, so you can do that, and you search for word and then end for the next match. So you can do, I guess, one by one. So basically it's implying that you don't really need to do the multiple selection. You can just do it that way. I guess that works too. There you go. So I gave it a 0.5. Okay, and distraction free modes, as you guys saw, I was able to toggle on and off the line numbers, and so it's a perfect 1.0. So it's really pretty sparse. There's actually really nothing when you open. I added the line numbers, as you guys saw. You can see, for example, in this split, the line numbers came on, but this one's not in here. So if I wanted to read distraction free, it's pretty good. You can also get rid of this bar if you go to view. I guess there's no view. You can mimic the view by just toggling. See, it's all things you can toggle on and off as well. Okay, so what else? We have the number 18, the file manager. So it has two. You can use the file manager, which is by toggling the Explore or V Explorer. The problem is the I can drag and drop the files to it. I mean media files. I'll explain what I mean. So right now I'm going to use a JPEG. Doesn't really matter. So if I take this JPEG and drag it here, you see it opens up as the hex code, which is not what I want. So I want to drag it into the project folder. So to do that, to toggle the Explorer, you just type : Explore, and you can see this is the same folder I'm in right now. You should be able to recognize these files. You see the 1 gig file. Actually, I'm going to open up this time the PNG file just to see what happens. I just press enter, and yeah, I see it does the same thing again. It opens it up like this. So we go to delete. So I just delete that buffer. Okay. Now, what else do I need here? Oh yeah, there's also the V Explorer. So let's try that one. : V Explorer. And that's a vertical explorer. So that's a vertical. So there we go. And I say you cannot drag and drop things into here. Okay, so this is another folder. The folder cannot be drag and drop just in case you thought it could. Okay, and there's a terminal, so I'm going to change this into a terminal. I will go here and just type term, and then there we go. And you see by default it opened up the terminal in my home folder. So you can it doesn't follow. For example, I would like it to be opened up in this particular folder, that this folder here, the editor -review. But what you can do, you can get it to do that by, if you set this command where it's auto cmd buff plus enter, then space asterisk space silent exclamation point, and then the rest of this, and then whenever you open a file, it will follow the folder. So that's one way to do it. So I like that command. However, again, this is the type of things where it's only specific to Vim, but it does work. That's why I gave it a 0.5, because the terminal does work, but it doesn't automatically follow the folder you're in. So that's there's no feature to do that. Now you can create a script and everything as well, but I'm saying is that this is just I don't want to say beginner level. Let's just say if you're interested in if you should learn Vim or not, that's what that's for. All right, I was actually very disappointed because GVim got a score of 85% or 8.5 out of 10. I thought it would actually score higher. I was actually surprised, like the one I reviewed last week, the Qt creator actually got very close to 100%. So I thought, obviously, because Vim is very scriptable, same with Emacs, you can obviously have get it to do things, get the Vim scripts and all that. But I'm just doing like what's installed by default, meaning that I don't have to go around and add extra things. So this is just the default. So this review is just the default. Yes, I could go around and probably get it 100% if I add extra stuff, but I'm just saying if you're starting out, you most likely will have the default, the one up and running. It's not going to come with everything with the kitchen sink. So that's why we have that. Okay, now that said, let's finish this up. If you need additional resources to enhance your programming skills, GVim is a very powerful tool for developers to get the most out of it. It is important to continually improve your programming skills. Here are some great resources. I have some programming books. They are available on Amazon. The link is in the description. I also have programming courses available on jamboshop.com. The link is also in the description. What do you mean? Oh, Zero Saber is asking what is this, bro? It's Vim. GVim, sorry. This is GVim. I'm doing a review of GVim. Yeah, I'll type it here for. I am doing a review of GVim, the GUI for Vim editor. Okay. Yeah, I'm doing a review for the Vim editor, the GUI version. You see, you can use a mouse and it shows you all the shortcuts. So this is a quick way to learn Vim if you want to learn how to use Vim. Alright, and I also offer one-on-one online programming courses. You can contact me at jambo.com/contact. The link is also in the description. And what else is here? So, with that said, GVim is a fantastic text editor for anyone who wants to make the most of the Vim experience using a graphical interface. By following this guide, you should be able to get started with GVim on Fedora Linux or any operating system where you can install GVim. If you encounter any issues or need more help, feel free to reach out to me through the links provided. Happy coding! And also be sure to subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments for more frequent content. So what we're doing tomorrow is we're going to look at Git merge conflicts. So that's the topic for tomorrow. Okay guys, I don't see any more chat requests, so I'm going to end this. And thanks again for everybody who subscribed so far this month. Keep it up. It keeps on, not motivates me, it inspires me to make tutorials for you. If you have any editors you'd like me to review, let me know. I can add those soon. Okay, with that said, I'm going to end this live stream and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye now.